right, welcome to the show tonight. Listen, I got a topic for you tonight. So we kind of laid back. We're gonna hear some dings and whistles because I'm on going live on YouTube, going live on I was gonna go live on Instagram, but that's all right. Tonight, this topic has been in my head for a while. And it's what we used to watch Tom and Jerry. It says, is you is or is you ain't my baby. So it's for the ladies, but it's also for the men. We're gonna talk about it tonight. Are we together or not? We'll talk about it after this. Please tell someone, hey, come on in, ladies, and let's talk about it. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm excited again about the podcast tonight. Interesting topic. But before we get into it, I want to start off with some words of affirmation. I want you to repeat after me, or just get this in your spirit. Stand in the mirror and say this. You are powerful. Say, I am powerful. I am strong. It says, and I am love. I am love. We face a lot of things as Black women, as well as women in this world, so much adversity in this world. And then dealing with stress, being a mom, being a wife, girlfriend, being the boss, come on, or whatever it is in our lives. A lot comes with that. And people expect for us to be strong. So I just wanted to say that I am strong even in our weakest moments. In our weakest moments. Guess what our backup generator is? Guess who our backup is? That one that covers us, that one that keeps us, that one that makes sure that our feet stay on the ground. And then when we can't walk, when we can't get there on our own, he carries us. That's God. Amen. And he sent his son Jesus Christ so that we could have, amen, some help. How about that? Look, so um I was gonna talk about the Diddy apology. Some people may not know about who Diddy is. In the body of Christ, you should. I want you to really get, you need to stay informed. But he issued an apology, and I'm not going to talk about it right now. The topic is, if you are mine, say so. I wanted to get into this because a lot of times when we get in a relationship and I enter back into the dating and all that good stuff, and so hey, Odessa,
Hey
hi,
girl,
hey, girl, how you doing?
can you hear me?
I can hear you, so I can hear you crystal clear.
How you doing?
Doing fine. As you know, the topic tonight is you is or is you ain't. my baby. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about it because, like I said, I had to get it out there into that dating place again, and it brought up it brought up some things, communication and all this kind of stuff. But how important do you think it is, Odessa? How important is it to communicate, you know, when you're in a I don't want to say a relationship. I want to say, since we're talking about dating or getting to know people or and all that, how important is it to be straight up
I
when
think it's very important. I think my mom used to always say communication rule a nation. And
yeah,
if you can't talk about it, then what do you have?
yeah, what do you
It's
have?
important to be open. It's important to be honest. I understand not being transparent the very first date, but I do believe in communicating.
And communicate. Now I want to
There
go
has been a lot of lost relationships because people just wouldn't talk. All you
there.
gotta do is talk about it.
Just that simple. And some people now, and I'm gonna point this out because I want to talk to everybody across the board. Some people have problems communicating. Sometimes, and we're gonna get one thing. I do want to talk about that infatuation ship that people are in, to where you don't want to say anything, that might disturb what you have, but you need to know what you have exactly,
Yeah, you
because
gotta stir the waters.
right, and you need to know, because one thing I ran into was, what is a person's view of dating? When somebody say, oh, I'm dating him, or I'm dating her, right? But the other person might feel like dating is dating multiple people. I'm
Right,
dating right now.
right.
I'm not getting in a relationship right now. I'm dating. So I ran into that, since I've been out here in this dating world, Lord Jesus. So,
Well,
but
you have to get the definition of everything nowadays.
yeah, you
What
do.
what does dating mean to you? To
Yeah,
some people, it means dating multiple people, just going out, hanging out. To other people, it may mean if I take you to dinner twice, you mine. I mean,
yeah,
it
yeah,
just depends on what it is to that person.
yeah. Um, I'm gonna start this off with a story, with an experience I had, but this was a while back. When I was a little bit younger, but it's still relevant for today. I was, uh, before I was saved. Okay, I was in this relationship, and we were in a full relationship, sex, all of that, in a full relationship. That person was at my house every night, all of this. Okay, so me and my sister at the time was working with this singing group, and he was one of the guys in the singing group. So we decided after rehearsal we would go out to eat. Went out to eat and everything. Everybody started ordering. Okay, if we had a couple at one time, they were ordering. Then you had other people that was, and everybody was ordering. So in my head, right, I figured we together. He was over there ordering, just played out the, he was had the whole thing set up. So I was waiting so I could order me something. After he orders, he immediately gets up, goes to the restroom. So the waiter went to somebody else. So I started scratching my head. I said, wait a minute. So I go to, when he comes out of the restaurant, I'm right there with him because I don't want to have a,
Right,
a,
right.
a ghetto conversation in front of everybody. So I say, what's going on? And I say, you didn't even let me order. He said, I never said we were together. I said,
Wow.
excuse me. I said, excuse me. What? So everybody has that's why I say you need clarity when you are dealing with people. You need to find before you go laying down with people. You, first of all, you don't need to be laying down with them. That's my Christian disclaimer. but some of y'all are in these types of relationships and everything. You don't need to be. You all so tied into a person, and you haven't even had a serious conversation about where you are, what are we doing, what's going on. And some ladies been dealing with a certain man, or this man been dealing with this woman for a good 6 months to a year, because y'all know time just passed like it ain't nothing. Time
It
just
does.
6 months passed. You didn't introduce him to your mama. You didn't tell everybody about him. He the only man in your life, and you find out that he's dating other women. You
Right.
mad? He cheating on me, and he turns and tells you we never defined our relationship. So I always tell people, get a clear understanding of
Yeah.
what. Go ahead.
Yeah, you have to get an understanding of what it is. Because, like
Yeah,
I said before, everybody's different definition is different.
yeah,
And that's part of communicating. What is dating to you? What does dating look like to you? Maybe 3 months down the line, say what you can say this. What are we doing?
yeah,
Is this a relationship? We still in a friendship? We just hanging out? What are we doing?
yeah,
Because women tend to give right off the bat.
yeah. That's
And
true.
we conjure in our minds what we want it to be,
Yeah,
which in reality, it may not be that.
may not be that. May not be.
So
And
everybody needs to make sure they communicate so they can make sure everybody on the same page.
that's true. That's true. And a little later on, we're gonna talk about how being how this pours over into marriage. And y'all know y'all saying, huh? We're gonna deal with that in just a few minutes. And I'm talking about that not that when you're not communicating, when you need a I'm gonna talk to you about that. But um I took a couple notes because this topic was so good to me. Uh I put down in a relationship by yourself. I talked about you need a verbal confirmation. You need a verbal confirmation. I'm saying that especially to those I believe this was just talking about without getting you so involved. You so happy you got somebody. You so quick in it till you don't have an understanding of what you need verbal confirmation. You just need that. Then I put the only one. Let me see. Let's see. We talk about what is dating. Let's get it into that a little bit more. What you think about that, Odessa? What
Well,
is dating?
my definition of dating is you could be dating multiple people,
Mm-hmm.
meaning going out to dinner or breakfast or lunch with multiple people and collecting data.
Mm.
Let's say you start off with you dating three guys, y'all hanging out, but you're collecting data from each one to figure out in your mind which one may be more compatible. And you should say this:
Yeah.
I am hanging out with a couple of guys, or I'm dating a couple of guys. And maybe in 3 months, you say, we've been getting closer and I haven't been talking to the other two.
Yeah.
So now I'm only dating you. Do you have an issue with that? Where do you stand on that? Because you got to keep the communication open.
Yeah. You
Then,
have.
if I say I'm dating three guys and he say, well, now I can't deal with you, but then you eliminate dating him
Yeah.
because he doesn't want you dating other people.
Right. And you know what? Hold on. I just want to interject something right there. You have the right to say this to a
You do.
person. Sometimes I don't want to mess. No, that's your power. That's your right to say right now, I'm
Right.
dating.
I don't want to be exclusive.
Right. Ooh.
And for some people, it sounds horrible for what to hear a woman say, "Well, I'm dating three guys."
Yeah.
Just because you date three, don't mean you sleep with three. You
Hey,
might not be sleeping with none of them. Hence, conversation rules the nation. You don't have to sleep with everybody you go to dinner with.
yeah, that's true. Uh, uh, and y'all rewind that and play that part again. Okay, just want to say some, and I'll go back to what I said about your power and your right. Your right is to tell somebody no. Your right is to say, hey, I'm not sexy. I'm
Right.
dating. I want to go out for, I would love to go out for right now for a nice dinner, movie. Right now, that's what I'm doing. You know,
Right.
because a
Right.
lot of men feel like you said, if I pay for this meal, then you owe me something. You know, if I'm
Right.
gonna spend this amount of money, but hmm, I was gonna say clean dating.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what they call it back in the day. Good, clean fun.
That good clean fun, because I'm telling you, it's some men who feel like if I'm paying, because I believe one of my friends told me a minute ago how she went on a date with a guy, and because she wouldn't sleep with the guy, and then the guy asked, he said, hey, we're going back to my place after this. She said no, so he said, well, you got to pay for your own.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Some men are like that,
Some
which
men are
is
like
why
that.
I've never gone a day without money
Yeah, yeah,
because you
ooh,
don't know how the table's going to turn. And I'm all right with that. I can pay for mine.
yeah, yeah, never. Look, look, never go without money. Listen, but which on one of these shows we're gonna have a conversation about who pays, and we're gonna talk about um, um, the head of the household, all that kind of stuff, and because we have to accept that in this world today, relationships are set up different. Dating
Yeah.
is set up different, and a lot of, like I said, getting out here in the dating world is not. You know, you ain't ready. You
It's
ain't ready.
definitely different.
It's different. It's different. It's different. You got back in the day, some guys didn't care if you had a job or not. Now some guys won't date you if you don't have a job. They won't date you if you ain't got your own place. And some of them don't have a high school diploma, but they got standards for the
Yeah.
women that they date. So I'm saying that to say this. You hold your pot, it's your right. It keep your power. You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Say what you need to say. Hey, I'm not interested in a man that don't go to church. I'm not interested in a man, you know.
Right.
So but we oh, he look good. Oh, I don't want to pass this up. He look good. No, no, no. If he outright told you, and I'm gonna tell y'all, pick me. Woo! You justify different things. You get to saying, oh, I could put up with that. Well, in your heart of hearts, that is not something you want. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
And if you know you're dating to marry because you want to be married, and you go to dinner with a Negro that tell you he never wants to be married, you
Mm,
need to X him out. Don't
yeah,
convince him. Don't try to change. X him out. Because
yeah,
what you desire and what he desires are two different things, and that's okay.
yeah,
But you don't need to waste your time with somebody trying to change them to be what you want when clearly y'all have two different things in mind.
yeah. And
And I think as women, sometimes we do that. Well, he say he don't want to get married again, but if he
I
date me long enough, I can. No, if it look like a duck, act like a duck. It's a duck.
it's a dub.
You don't want to if that's what he says. And if you know you're dating to marry, why would you continue going out with him?
Why? And okay, so I'm gonna share this. So I don't want any more children because all of my children are grown, right?
Good example. Good example.
So when a man comes into my life and he says, I want a baby, I want more kids, I'm looking at him like, well, I'm through with that.
Right.
And I passed him up. See, sometimes we get so caught up with, oh, what could, because he handsome, he'll look good on my arm. See, women do eye candy just like men do, like
They
men
do.
do eye candy. And you get caught up in something, uh, and then later on you're crying, you asking God to help you get out of it.
Yeah.
But if you would have made that decision when you was in the infatuation ship, right? When you from the beginning.
I mean, and your goals are totally different. You don't want children.
Mm,
So you shouldn't date a man that wants children.
exactly. I told one guy it's fair. It's fair for me to let you go because
Right,
it's unfair to continue in this. And I know I'm not gonna give you no kids.
right. And it's unfair to him because he want kids. Let him go find a woman that want kids.
And that's fair. See,
Right.
we get greedy sometimes, and we get hey, now he got to
Is
be
it greed or is it desperation?
well, it could be either one. Could be either one. Because you come on now. You know, that you're not going. You're not
You
gonna
ain't
do.
gonna do it. You
You're
ain't
not.
gonna do
That's just like when a man tell you, I'm. This man told me, I'm telling y'all my business. This man told me years ago. He said, I don't usually date because I ain't no salad eating chick. I got hip styles and everything. He said I don't usually date a woman your size. I never looked at myself as my size.
it. Right, right,
But when he said it, I knew right then I'm not gonna get along with you. I'm
right.
you to have to for you to be in a position of my confidant and all of that. I know you're looking at me like I'm too big. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You would. So sometimes we get in stuff that we know is going to sabotage different areas of our life. You have to
Or
be
you
bold.
try to turn into a salad chick just so you could have him. Well,
Just
he not the one for you.
he's not. He's not. We go into that. Yeah. So, I came up with the word infatuationship because a lot of folks are in relationships with folks they don't even like. You don't even like. I remember my best friend told me one time that that's this lady over here. She's she was like, you know, it certain things you're with a person for, and if you don't be careful, you'll be attached to a person for one thing that makes you happy, and the rest
Right.
of it,
Is null and void, and you're unhappy.
and you unhappy. So, it's this saying we're gonna talk about this. It's this saying that my sister-in-law used to say. She would say, "Start it off the way you want it to go." Let's talk about that. Start it off the way you want it to go. What do you think about that statement, Odessa?
It's truth to that statement. Start it off the way you want it to go. Start off being honest so that honesty could be what continues.
Yes.
Start it off with communication because communication is important to you.
Yeah.
Start it off with integrity and stop going through that Negro's phone because start it off the way you want it to go.
Yeah.
Not the way you think it should be, not your idea of what you want to happen. Start it off with the way you want it to go, meaning the way you want it to continue to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, like, and we all, we shared different things on this broadcast. Not stuff we don't know, stuff we dealt with, stuff we
Right,
conquered,
right.
stuff that we did conquer, but later on, we didn't conquer it at the time, but later on, we, got a little wisdom,
Yeah,
and the truth is, men don't like changing up. Women, we change like it ain't nothing. We change our mind like it ain't nothing. Some
yeah,
men don't. They the same, the same thing you start off with, which brings me back to marriage. You started off just letting anything go. It's whatever. Oh, what you want to eat, whatever you want to eat, where you want to go, wherever you want to go.
yeah. Yeah.
So then he gets accustomed to making all the decisions and picking out. Then all of a sudden, I never did like going there, but
Right, 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 right.
you didn't start it off the way you wanted to go.
Maya,
He,
turn that water off, please. I'm
so
sorry.
he, you now all of a sudden you want to make decisions and you
Right.
want to say, have opinions. Start off as yourself,
As yourself. That's what
because
I was gonna say.
sometimes we so busy trying to impress and we trying to prove that we got this thing going on. Stop it. you know
Right,
in the
right.
art we got a song that says, if you love her, then say so. If you want to talk, have a conversation
Right.
with her, say so.
Say
If
so.
you if you like her hair, say so. If you want
Right.
her there, say so. So
Yeah.
start it off from the beginning. Like me, I don't like games, wasting time, and all of this. I say all of that from the beginning. And some people say, you mean? No, it's it'll cut out a lot of stuff
It will.
for you that you're gonna have to deal with later.
And
Yeah.
if you start, I mean, like you said, whatever you want to eat, well, I'll do whatever you want to do. If you know that's not something you want to do, don't start saying that. Just don't, because you're going to be very uncomfortable
Yeah.
later on down the line. And then he gonna say you switched up on me
Yeah.
because you wasn't your authentic self.
Self.
And now, I might have switched up because the true me is coming out.
Hmm.
Because you can only fake and shake so long, and the true you will come out.
And let me tell you something, ladies. That third date or that third time that you meet with him, he can only keep up his facade for so long.
Right, right.
You want to go to his house. You
Yeah.
want to, you want to see how you want, just like he want to see how you live. He want to see if your bathroom clean. He want to see,
I
you
just watched the episode of Rookie, and this lady was dating this guy, and then they decided maybe 3, 4 months to move in with each other. And when he moved in with her, he was like, maybe about the fourth week, maybe the first week. He said, I didn't realize you weren't tidy.
yeah.
And she said, well, we were dating at the time. So every time you would come over, I would clean up the house. But now that we live together, I want to be myself. I'm a police officer, so I have structure all day long. So when I come home, I mean, she had clothes everywhere. She had the bathroom, had hair everywhere, blow dryers. She had a grilled cheese sandwich in her shower. And he found it and she took it and said, I wonder where I put that. I was eating it in the shower before I went to bed. And she just set it up on the where the soap dish go and she took the sandwich and ate it. I mean, she's a complete slob. He, on the other hand, was a very neat guy. But the line that got me was when we were dating, I cleaned up really good before you came over here so I could make a good impression. But now
Wow.
that we live together, I'm showing you my true self.
Yeah.
And he had a hard time dealing with that. But
Yeah.
because she liked him and wanted him so much, they compromised and she started cleaning up and that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
you might not want to do that.
Yeah.
So show him your true self.
Yeah. And then a lot of this this lady I met, a statement I made, uh and I could understand her point of view. I said that a man will change for the right woman. She got upset. What that's supposed to mean and all of this. And I explained it to her. I said, have you ever noticed that some men get with different women and they'll stay a player, or they won't save their money. They don't, they're not as responsible as you know as they should be or whatever. But then they get with this lady, right? They get with that one that don't play games and don't did, and it's their whole life. They just do a 364, you
Yeah.
know, for that person. And so I
I
heard,
don't really think that they do it. Well, they do it for that person. But I also say the same man is not the same man with a different one.
right,
That same man is not the same man with somebody else.
yeah,
But if he was dating you until he found who he really wanted, then he's a different man with you than he is with the person that he truly desires to be with.
Yeah.
And I don't really think that they change. I just think that when they are with who they want to be with, things are just different because you want to satisfy that person and make the relationship better.
Yeah.
And people don't like to hear that because my ex-husband is not the same man he is with his current wife. And
Mm.
that's just facts.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, maybe that's the one he could do it for.
Yeah.
But that same man is not the same man.
Yeah. Yeah. So
And it's
it's
just facts, but we don't like to hear that.
yeah, we
Because
don't.
if he dogged you, you could say, well, something's wrong. No, that was just his choice.
Yeah, that was his choice. Yeah. And you know, the lady said she's like the same thing. I said, but ain't we saying the same thing? She's like,
Yeah,
oh. You know,
yeah,
because sometimes, like I have an ex, you know, and he when we were together, he didn't have his high school diploma. He got his high school diploma. You know, we divorced. He went on to college. Now
right.
he didn't change his whorish ways, but he did go higher. You know, as far as his
And maybe those are things he's always wanted to do,
wanted
and he just
to do. Yeah,
decided at this time I'm gonna do that. It
right,
just happened to come after y'all weren't together.
right. And it's but I think sometimes as women, when we divorce or separate, or a person, or we got that frame of mind, oh, I can't get them to change, or whatever it is, that has nothing to do with the other person. It got something to do with us, you know.
Right,
And it's important for us to, like you were saying earlier, about being our authentic selves, and
right,
understanding that God has made us for someone. So
right.
it's gonna be someone that comes into our lives with all
That will
our,
bring out.
that's right, with all our
Yeah,
flaws or whatever, that it may even cause us to live our best life,
right,
or to
right. That's a
elevate,
good point.
you know.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because in his defense, I'm not the same white. I'm not the same person that I was now that I was with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, like you said, wisdom. I've learned some things. I have evolved on a different level. So
Yeah.
I'm not that same person either.
Yeah.
I think women do the same thing.
Yeah, we do the same thing. And I was telling her, I said, when I was in that relationship with that first husband, I was depressed all the time. His mama was all in my business all the time, and I wasn't doing magazines or nothing. I was trying to keep
Right. You
myself.
were younger. Right,
I
right,
was, and I believe in this saying right here, it's somebody for everybody, but
I believe that
everybody
too.
ain't for everybody.
Right,
So
right, right, right,
so
right, right.
once you encounter that person that ushers you into your best life, then boom, you got a good connection. But that goes right back to what we were saying earlier. Hey, you got to, hey, you love the Lord. I go to church. Oh, I don't want a woman at church all the time, but I go to church. You
Right,
got to,
right.
you got to start this stuff off right.
And
Hey,
there's certain things you just can't compromise on.
you can't compromise on. You cannot compromise on. And some of the relationships that people are getting in, that's turning them inside out, is the one where you have accepted stuff that you know is your core value. You have
Right,
accepted you accepted it. You know.
right.
And sometimes you need to it's just as simple as getting up, dust yourself off, and say, hey,
Moving on.
I'm moving on.
Right.
sometimes people don't let you move on. Just block them, you know.
That block doesn't work.
And block them on all your phones. If you like me and got a couple, block them on all the phones, block them on all social media. I'm saying after you have said, because
Yeah.
some folk you can break up with me, you be right. Listen,
We're not even talk about break up with them and be back with them the next day, and break up with them and be back with them.
You yeah.
That's called toxicity.
Yeah. Oh my God. So, and that's again in marriage too. When you start off that marriage and it's whatever you want, baby. And because I hear a lot of women say, well, I got him in college, I paid for him to go to school, I went to work while he went to school, I went to this and that. You balance that thing out, balance it out. It's
Yeah.
so many stories of women that said they gave up so much because he had potential, and now I don't know what to do with my life. Listen, you have to grow together. Grow
You,
together. 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 I've heard so many people when they got, I didn't sign on for this, and I didn't,
but then, and I hate when people say that, because if you married, you said for better or for worse.
yes, you did.
And I mean, there are some extremes to every situation, but you didn't sign on for his mama living with you. Yeah, you kind of did. You didn't sign on for him not wanting to, not knowing how to fix a car. Well, yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
So they say they don't sign on for certain things.
Yeah. But what we say though, Odessa, you did because you didn't do your homework
Oh, yeah,
before
yeah,
you married him. You didn't do your homework, and did I say pick me? You didn't do your homework, and you ended up in something, and we thank God for grace. Oh my God, every day.
thank
Thanking
God
God
for
for
grace.
grace.
Hallelujah.
But
Okay,
you
I got to take a commercial break. My pot burning.
okay. So make make sure you do the homework. Make sure you have the conversations that you need to have. Don't be scared. You if you're just dating, you just date. But if you are dating to towards marriage, towards a serious relationship, it's some serious questions you need to ask.
Yeah,
My daughters used to laugh at me because I'd be like, "Can you buy tissue?" Like, what? No,
yeah,
what I'm saying is, can you take care of the necessities? I'm not asking you for a purse, a $400 purse and $1,000 shoes. No, can you provide can you take care of a household? Because
right.
a lot of men are getting in relationships and they can't take care of their household. I know you want a woman to have a job, but God gave you that mantle, the responsibility to be able to take care of your own house.
Yeah,
Now, I ain't gonna go into that sermon right now. Just gonna throw that out there. But those are you have to know, is he good with money?
yeah,
Is his mama always at his house? Do
right.
he go to his mama for his decisions? When he leave out the house because he mad at you, is he at his mama? You got to ask.
You have to ask those questions, and you need to date them and find out how they are in all seasons. What does
And
he do when he get
oh,
angry?
come on, that's right.
What really happens when he's mad?
Yes,
Is he open? Can you communicate with him?
yes.
You need to know more than what's his favorite color and his zodiac sign.
And his favorite food.
Right. You need to know more than that.
You need to know that his pant size. Look, you asking his pant size, shoe size, because you finna buy him. You finna buy his clothes. You finna get somewhere and sit down.
Too much too fast. Ask him to define what a wife means.
Yes,
Because his definition of a wife, and I've said this before, and your definition of a wife may be two different things.
two different
I had
things.
a girlfriend that married a man, a great provider, but that's all he felt like he had to do as a husband. He
Mm,
went to work every day. He brought that paycheck home every day. He asked for $200 out the check, and he didn't do nothing else. He didn't go
wow.
nowhere with her. I mean, and I don't mean he started off doing things. He started off this way
Yeah.
because his definition of a husband is that I am a provider, period. He didn't
Mm,
help raise the kids. He didn't believe in going to baseball games. He didn't
wow.
support the child playing football. None of that, because that's not what he saw his dad did. He saw his dad go to work, bring the money home, and nothing else was his responsibility.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
she should have found that out in the dating part. I mean, we all can be victims to certain things.
Yeah.
She
But
just said,
but
"Girl, he got a good job," and that's all his definition of a husband was.
yeah. And you know what? And I always say pick me because I like to speak from experience. I saw my dad go to work every day, do this, and never saw the other side of it. Because I had, we talk about the parents. The parents never showed you the their dating life
Right,
or
right,
affections. In some households, children didn't see the mom and the daddy be affectionate towards
right, right,
each
right,
other.
right.
And so it's important that you meet his family, or that he y'all have good conversations, because it's a lot of folks in relationships and they in the bedroom 90% of the time. you know you need to have conversations. Okay, honey, I might get fat one day. You gonna still love me?
Right.
My hair may fall out. My Do you still love me? Are you you know you want to hear a person's you know outlook on that. And it's amazing too, because sometimes men be like, you gotta stay fine all the time, but you ain't fine. You ain't.
Right, right. But we allow that. We break our necks to stay fine, and they can just do whatever.
Yeah, we
And
allow it.
just because your parents did, let's say your parents didn't show affection,
Yeah,
and your wife's families may not have shown affection, but
right.
you all get together and you all communicate and you all decide that's not the way we want to raise our family. Because
Yeah,
you can get together with two different dynamics or two
yeah.
different definitions. And if you care enough, you can come together to make your own household rules. Because just because your mama did it one way, don't mean I have to do it that way in my house.
Come on,
Because
come on.
every relationship, every marriage works totally different. It does not have to emulate. You don't have to emulate where you came from.
Yeah,
If you and your mate could get together and come up with a plan of how you want to run you, okay, well, my mom and daddy didn't show affection, but I want us to show affection in front of our kids.
right.
My mom and daddy might not have said I love you, but I want us to start.
Mm,
My daddy went to work and brought all the money home, but I want to work. In our
yeah,
relationship, you have to come together and figure out what's best for your household if you're coming together. But that
yeah,
goes back to communicating. You got to talk
yep.
about it.
It go back to the dating. It go back to that time you had dating. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
Hey, and then like so let me do a little a little, you know, dating. First, what's your definition of it? What is it? What's your definition of it? Do you know if the person is dating only you? You might be thinking they cheating on you when all along
We're
they
just dating.
we just
Right,
dating.
right.
Communication is the key. You have to communicate. You have to communicate. And let me tell you, I'm gonna give y'all this one for free. Okay. How, if you go into a house, if you go meet his parents and he cussing his mama out and he talks crazy to his sisters and can't stand them and listen, that's about 4 red flags. Same thing with a lady. She don't get along with a daddy. She don't get along with a mom. She don't get along with none of her relatives. And you think she gonna get along with you? I'm just saying,
Yeah.
pay attention to red flags.
And stop justifying the red flags. Because when we want what we want what we want, and we can justify it to make all the red flags look like yellow ones.
Look like yellow ones. Look like that.
And sometimes we can make them look green. But you know down in your shanana when there is a red flag.
That's
You choose to justify it or sometimes even worse, ignore it
yeah.
or think you can fix it.
Yeah, but I heard the craziest thing. This lady said that she believed that her husband was her assignment. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I believe that he was my assignment. God put me here on assignment for him. Girl, girl.
Yeah, that could be debatable. Some people believe that.
Stop justifying
But
stuff.
what you do when the assignment is over? Because our assignments don't last for a lifetime.
They don't.
Some people are, it's a season and we make them permanent. They just supposed to be in your life. If it's an assignment, they should be in your life for a season.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion.
Well, we're gonna do a show called Are you marrying for love or are you marrying for status? We're gonna talk about that because we need to get into that. Some of the foundations for some of these marriages and relationships is just not solid. It's made of sand, quicksand. And so we're gonna have a good conversation about it. I've
And I
had
mean, I think love is a part of it, but people nowadays are not committed to the commitment.
true.
And I think our ancestors, forefathers, whichever you choose, were committed to the commitment
Yeah.
because it's not going to always be easy. It's not going to always be
Yeah.
a bed of roses. But if you're committed to the commitment and you can communicate, y'all can make it through that.
Y'all can make it through that. And don't enter into the marriage with one foot out of it. One foot out of
Yeah,
it. Because
yeah,
when a man, and listen, when a man or woman tell you that you can be replaced or they can find somebody better, leave them alone. Leave them alone. Please. I beg of thee. All right. Uh oh, that's give us some final remarks tonight.
Oh, easy is or easy ain't. Um, the only way you're going to know the answer to that is to communicate.
Yeah.
That's just the bottom line. And some communication is very difficult.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can have triggers, but you have to get past that to get to the bottom of whatever it is you are discussing. And
Yeah.
just be your authentic self. And
Yeah.
if you don't like no loud woman and you know you laugh loud, like then he ain't for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome show. Awesome show. My final words are you are powerful, you are strong, you are love. Have the conversation. It ain't gonna hurt nobody. He he
Right.
he can't you ask him what you need to ask him. Ask him do he bathe on the regular. Ask him okay. I'm sorry.
Just ask.
Okay.
And by that same token, be ready to answer.
Be
Because
ready
they
to answer.
might have some questions for you. You got to be ready to be open and honest on your end too.
And please enter into this stuff as your authentic self. if you're
Yeah,
if you're just dating, say you're just dating. If you're dating with with the because you're looking for a serious relationship, say that.
say that.
And then tell them how serious you are.
Right,
Tell them,
right.
if you don't pay for women for the ladies food, tell her before you leave the house that you don't pay for food.
Yeah,
they call it Dutch, you know,
right.
in these days and times, men will tell you, hey, I don't want to date you if you ain't got a job. I don't want to date you if you got a job. I want,
Yeah,
I want to be the sole provider. I need you to be my partner. Make it plain.
yeah.
Start it off the way you want it to go. I've had a great time on the show today. All right, Odessa, anything else you want to say? Oh, I want to
That's
play this
it.
little commercial before Odessa say goodbye to y'all. I'm gonna play this little commercial. It's for the Wacky Crack shop. And I just want y'all to know y'all need to go and stop by the t-shirt shop and, and pick y'all up some gear. All
Oh,
right,
I love it. I love it.
close us out, Odessa.
All right, communication rules the nation. Y'all be blessed.
Talk to y'all next Wednesday.